Good morning, everyone. Welcome into North Dakota today. Right now, we are turning our attention to our health. Every year, more than 35,000 men and women are diagnosed with a cancer caused by HPV in the United States. Joining us this morning to talk about that and St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital efforts to try to educate people about the benefits of an HPV vaccine is Dr. Heather Brandt. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here in our region of North Dakota and Minnesota. A lot of health questions this morning. So if you want to just start things off by telling us a little bit about HPV and the HPV vaccination.
Sure. So HPV stands for human papillomavirus, but it's just commonly called HPV. And HPV is very common in the United States. It's so common that right now, 1 in 4 people have an HPV infection, and almost everyone will get an HPV infection in their lifetime. What we don't know is in whom gets these HPV infections, who will get cancer as a result. And so the good news is we have a safe, effective, and durable vaccine against HPV that can protect people. And this vaccine is given to children to prevent getting an HPV infection that could turn into an HPV cancer in adulthood. And HPV is linked to 6 types of cancer. The most common type of HPV cancer is oropharyngeal cancers, which are at the back of the throat and most commonly affect men, followed by cervical cancer, anal cancer, and then other anogenital cancers, including vaginal, vulvar, and penile cancers. So HPV vaccination really is cancer prevention, and that's certainly the focus of our efforts.
Yeah, some startling statistics there when we talk about this and then all of the possible outcomes. Nobody would wish this upon themselves or their family. So when we think about the age of the children getting the vaccine, what ages in that range are you looking for, and what is the big benefit there?
So the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Cancer Society, and also us at St. Jude in our program, really focus on vaccinating 9 to 12-year-olds, which we call on-time HPV vaccination. So that's completing the 2-dose HPV vaccine series by the 13th birthday. And there are a couple of advantages to vaccinating in this age group. First, we're making sure that children are protected before they might engage in any behaviors where they could get an HPV infection. And secondly, we know that the immune response to the vaccine in this age group is particularly robust. And it's so strong that it offers a lifetime of protection against HPV cancers. And so the CDC does routinely recommend HPV vaccination for 9 to 26-year-olds. So some people may have missed out in this on-time HPV vaccination by the 13th birthday. And so they still should get vaccinated in that 9 to 26-year-old age range. And also for people aged 27 to 45, some people in that age group may still benefit from HPV vaccination, and they should talk to their healthcare provider to see if that's the case.
So it's 2 rounds of a vaccination, correct?
So for children who are getting the vaccine by the 15th birthday, it's a 2-dose series. And thereafter, it's 3 doses. It's also 3 doses for people who are immunocompromised. And so currently in the U.S., it's 2 doses for that on-time population that we're really focused on.
Okay, and with that age range, we're heading back to school here right around the corner, and immunizations are always a big deal as we head back to the classroom. Is this something that you're recommending getting added to that child's list?
Absolutely. We know there are lots of things on the back to school list. There's binders, backpacks, pens, pencils, markers, and more. And we want to make sure that routinely recommended vaccines are also on that list, including HPV vaccination. So in your viewer area, you guys are actually doing really well with HPV vaccination, and we want to keep up those rates. And so we hope that parents and caregivers will continue to make sure that their children are protected today from HPV cancers that they can develop in the future.
Wow, and I'm sure some parents are thinking 9 sounds so young, but when you really listen to the possible outcomes, you realize that it's right on time. So thank you so much for providing that information this morning. Where can folks go at home who have other questions and want to look further into this?
Well, we hope people will visit us online at stjude.org/HPV and stjude.org/bright-future. We have lots of information for parents and caregivers who want answers to their questions, and information for the general public and also for healthcare providers to make sure they're giving a strong recommendation for HPV vaccination to prevent cancer.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Dr. Brandt, for joining us this morning with all of that information. As we mentioned, school right around the corner, so we're going to have to add it to some lists. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, everybody, stick around. We have plenty more coming up right here on North Dakota Today, including a taste test with First Avenue Market. You're not going to miss this one.